We're live. I popped on a little early. Supposed to go on at 5, but it's 4:57. I just couldn't wait. Couldn't contain my excitement for this. I will show you guys what I got here. I'm sure if you've followed me on Instagram, Facebook, you know what I picked up. Or if you just read the title of this, you know what I picked up. But let me just go ahead and get right into that. Let's do the roll call here, first of all. First person to leave a comment in the chat was David Jacobo. Ant Anderson is here. Kitten Plays YT WWE is here. Stuart Fullbrook, how's it going? Gilster37. I got to keep an eye on the doggo in here. He's in here right now with me, and he is not feeling well. He has an upset stomach, so I just got to make sure he's not going to all of a sudden start pooping all over the damn floor. Let's see who else is here. Ramses Escamilla. Oh yeah, dig the live stream, Cincy. How's it going? It's going great. I'm doing a live stream. I wasn't planning on doing a live stream, but I found something. Found something at a Walmart here during a lunchtime hunt. I'll explain what happened there and how I found it. And it's basically the AEW figures, but I'm just doing the roll call right now. Taylor Issues, What Have I Become? Toy Avenue, Jacob Olson, Jeff Simpson, Retro Brick Studios, Jedi Howard 22, DR 5000, Mighty Mouse 21, what's going on? Lord Luigi 23, Mark 44 Prime, how's it going, man? Pepe, David Jacobo, Sunday Venom, Phil Jones, Night of Ren. Night of Ren picked up the Black Series Luke and Yoda 2-pack and Power Rangers Lightning Collection Blue Ranger. I picked up those today. Congrats on the new AEW figures. Thank you, Crimson Geek, and thank you for the natural segue. I did pick up the AEW figures. So how I came about these is obviously we've all been waiting for Walmart to get these in stock. I saw that the third came and went. They were supposed to hit the shelves yesterday. And I actually checked Pop Finder. If you've never ever used Pop Finder before, it's like BrickSeek, but I find that it's a little bit more reliable. And it's POPFINDR, no E at the end, just Pop Finder, no E. And I popped in. I am going to copy and paste this UPC code right here. And this is how I found them. I popped this in. I'm popping it into the chat right now. But if you're watching this on replay, so if you look at that number right there, it is this number right here as well. Hopefully it's not backwards. Hopefully it's showing it right way. But this number right here, is it showing it right way, by the way? For me, it's like reflected. It's like mirrored. This is the UPC that I popped in Pop Finder. And when I popped that in, 1917, 2637, 6880. I feel like it's like a combination for a frickin' lock or something. It is forward. Okay, cool. So I popped that in, went on Pop Finder, and I showed 3 stores in a 50-mile radius. It was either 50 or 75-mile radius in Dallas. I'm in Dallas, by the way. A lot of people still think I'm in Cincinnati. I guess they haven't been watching the videos. I live in Dallas now. I've been here for a year, so play some catch up on the videos there. I live in Dallas, Texas now, and so I popped that in. It showed 3 stores in a 75-mile radius, but everyone that I had talked to said that they were going to Walmart, and all they were seeing it's a good thing I have a drink here. All they were seeing was the ring and the belt. No figures whatsoever. I talked to Narc, no figures. I talked to some other local guys, no figures. So it popped up one in Irving, was one of the stores, Irving, Texas. It popped up one in my honey hole, which I'll go ahead and reveal since I already shared it on Instagram. It's in Lucas, Texas, which is like 10 miles from my house. And then it popped up another one, I think in McKinney. So I was like, there's no way they already hit those pegs. No one's finding them. No one's finding them on the pegs. Even Jeremy Padower sent something out and said, hey, you know, they might be there soon, but sorry, they're not out yet. He's with Jazzwares, by the way. So I was like, there's no way. Because the one in Lucas showed that they had 1 to 5 in stock. And there was only 3. Again, 3 stores were showing yesterday. So I was like, there's no way. So I didn't go yesterday. Today, I saw that someone had actually bought the figures from the Irving store. I'm like, holy frick. Is that thing accurate? Because one of the stores that showed it as being in stock yesterday, a guy posted a picture showing he had the figures. So I'm like, damn, are they just like sitting on the friggin' pegs at this Lucas store? So I went for my lunch today, and I went into the store. I wasn't going to record because I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And I walked back to the toy aisle, and no lie, there's 4 Walmart employees, 4 employees all working on this reset. They have like 3 or 4 pallets in like the middle area, and there's boxes everywhere. There's like a bunch of trash and stuff, and they were all stocking the shelves. So I go down the action figure aisle, 2 employees just stocking shelves. The lady that was right next to me, when I first walked down the aisle, I saw Marvel Legends. They had the Deadpool wave, the entire new Deadpool wave, Mavericks in there, Warpaths in there, Sunspots in there, that wave. They had the Spider-Man retro wave. They had Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Electro, Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy, Daredevil. So I was like, well, damn, that's a good sign. They're doing their reset. So they were literally stocking the crap out of the shelves as I walked down this aisle. So I grabbed the Spider-Man and I grabbed Maverick, and I was just holding them. I was like, I wonder if they do have them out. I walked down the aisle and I was like, mother of frick, they have them all out. The entire set minus Brandy. There was no Brandy on the pegs. I don't know why. Maybe someone had bought the Brandy but left the rest of the wave. But I walked back there and I was like, holy crap. So I proceeded to take the entire first wave minus Brandy off the pegs. I went back to the Marvel Legends area. I put back Retro Spidey. I put back Maverick. And I was like, here you go. And what was funny is that as I took these off the pegs, there was 2 people in like they were all Walmart employees. One of the lady that was stocking, I think, Transformers, stopped what she was doing and just stared at me and like was looking at me. And then I looked up and I saw the other lady that was walking like a box towards me was like staring at me. They're like, I think they were thinking we literally just put those on the pegs and this dude's buying them all. But it was pretty funny. So here you go. This is what this live stream is going to be all about. I'm going to unbox. I'm going to review these. Hopefully the internet is cooperative today. It's been kind of crappy today. It's been going in and out. So hopefully it's going to work. Hopefully the audio works. Hopefully the video works. And I'm going to unbox these, and I'm going to do them in this order because they're all numbered. As you can see here, Cody is figure 1. Kenny Omega's figure 2. Matt Jackson's figure 3. Nick Jackson's figure 4. And Chris Jericho, Le Champion, is figure 6. Brandy's obviously figure 5. They didn't have Brandy, so there you go. So I am going to be unboxing these, starting with Cody. And if you could see them right there, I actually have a couple of Elite figures just hanging out for comparison purposes. If you haven't watched any video, I haven't watched any videos of any of these figures. The only video that I have watched is I watched a very short portion of the Ringside Collectibles, a little bit of Bubbly Chris Jericho figure. And the only thing I can kind of remember from that review, because I think it was really, really late when I watched it, is that shoulder ratchets. Ratcheted shoulders, and I was like, that's pretty badass. So this is like my first time experiencing these figures. Obviously, this is a brand new line, so I want to see how these things look, how they compare size-wise to, let's see if I can just do an in-package size comparison. There's Cody next to Matt Hardy right there. This is the Elite Matt Hardy. But once I get this out of package, I'm going to do a size comparison. I got Matt Hardy. I got Adam Cole Bebe right there. I have one of my favorite recent figure pickups right here, the Bro, Matt Riddle. Look at those slides right there. Such a great figure. So those are my 3 comparison figures, but let's go ahead and get started with this unboxing. So the comments have jumped tremendously since I started this. I'm going to go ahead and start opening these. But once again, if you, I'm going to drop it in there. And for those that, the naysayers out there that think that I just pre-ordered these and I got the pre-order early, here's my receipt from Walmart right here. I saw that some people were like, oh, that's not real. He just pre-ordered them. He just, was trying to get attention, saying he found them at Walmart. I found them at friggin' Walmart right there. And the other thing is, I forgot to mention this. You know how I said yesterday it showed that there was only 3 stores in my 75-mile vicinity that had these figures? I just checked it again because I've had some local guys ask me, how did you find those? And I told them Pop Finder, and I dropped that. Let me see if I could just drop it in there again. Here's the UPC that I used. There it is right there. I dropped that in Pop Finder. I searched within a 25-mile radius this time, 25 miles, and about 8 stores, 8 Walmarts in my area all popped up this time. So they are hitting shelves. Be patient. I know a lot of people were like, hey, I checked my Walmart, nothing on the shelves. Use Pop Finder. It's a good indicator if they are out yet or if they're doing the reset. But it is an indicator. Because one guy that's local, I shared the that UPC with him. He went to one of the stores that said they had it on the shelves, and they hadn't done the reset yet. So he was like, hey, can you pull these out of the back? And they're like, there's no way for me to find it. It's already been pulled out for the reset. So check tomorrow and we should have them. So it's not 100% foolproof, but that is a good way for you to try and find these figures. And once again, here is the UPC that I use right there. If you're watching the replay, good luck finding them. But let's go ahead and open this up, and I will tell you what I think. First impressions. What did you think of Raw Underground? Stuart Fulbrook, I thought it was, at first I thought it was a little strange. It was a little weird. I was like, what is going on here? All right, first of all, so I opened the bottom. This thing is glued in here, so I'm going to have to unpackage the whole damn thing. I was hoping to just pull the figure out, but this plastic part is glued into the back of the, so you could see there, just to let you know what to expect. Is there any way to get this thing out without? All right, so let me try an alternate way to open this because I kind of want to keep these boxes because this is the very first wave of these. So I tried to open it from the bottom. They're glued in there. So I'm going to try and open it from this flap here because it looks like you can pull the flap open and take the figure out. So let's try that. Who do you think the new faction was destroying the generator? I don't know. So my whole thought on Raw Underground is it's basically a new way to repackage existing wrestlers and debut new wrestlers. They because if you watched Raw Underground, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, you notice that the Viking Raiders were in there, in that little fight club thing. And I don't know if they've given up on the whole Viking gimmick, but I kind of liked seeing them as just 2 regular tough dudes that fought. So part of me kind of liked Raw Underground. Part of me didn't like it. I didn't like the music constantly playing. All right, so, all right. So I got this part off. And it doesn't look like there's a way to keep the box intact. This bubble is glued onto the back of the card. So unfortunately, guys, it looks like if you're going to open these up, the box is going to not be in good condition once you do that. So I'm ripping it off the package right now. I'm just telling you guys what to expect when you do get these. All right, so inside bubble is out. And again, I had to rip it from the card. So this card is toast. It is absolute toast, which sucks because it's a very, very nice packaging. Very, very cool packaging. But here's Cody. Here's the in-bubble shot. Let me see if there's rubber bands. But like I was saying, Raw Underground, different. But again, I think that they're just going to use it as a way to debut new wrestlers and or repackage existing wrestlers. I have a feeling, you know, if it continues, we could see like, what is this? There's like plastic in there. All right, so no rubber bands, no little ties or anything. I popped it right out. But I got Cody out of package. Kind of a loose upper torso. Now, this is going to be an unbiased review of these things. I paid my own money for these, didn't get these sent to me or anything like that, so I'm going to be 100% honest and give you my impressions on this. But right out of package, it feels like the upper torso is a little loose. So let me go ahead and I need scissors because it's got this like plastic wrap around the waist, I guess, to go in between his little weight belt there and the actual skin. And I'm going to try and keep up with these comments, but obviously I'm trying to unbox these suckers live, but I will try and keep up with the comments there. Let's see. Manic Mike, great grabs, bro. Okay, so I plugged this number into Pop Finder and it brings up the variant Cody Rhodes. Interesting. When it says 1 to 5 on hand, you can pretty much assume that it has like the full assortment. I'm assuming you can just search the individual UPCs, which I would show you my receipt because it has here. If you can do anything with that, it's not very clear. But the individual UPCs are all on there if you want to screen grab it or whatever. So basically, if you want to do this, 0191-726-3769, and then it goes from 0 to 4. 690, 691, 692, 693, 694. Those are the individual UPCs. I guess that's a way for you to check. But I'm just going to go through and look at the articulation on this. I like the articulation. I got to say that right off the bat. The upper torso. So I don't know if this is a good analogy. If you collect Black Series figures, Star Wars Black Series figures, if you got the Mace Windu, if you recall how the upper joint felt, how it wasn't loose, but it was just very, very easy to move. That's kind of how this upper joint feels. So here is the Cody Rhodes, or Cody. He's not labeled as Rhodes on the package. And there's that, if you can hear that. There's that ratchet joint that I was talking about. So let me show you this thing. Here's the head articulation up and down. He's got swivel. And there's the ratchet in the shoulder. It's in the shoulder joint that you have that ratchet. But it's a nice tight joint. It's not super tight. You could still move it. But he's got the bicep swivel there. He does have double jointed elbows. Something that is amazing. Something that I wish that they would do on all Elite figures. They do them on the Ultimate figures. But I wish they did double jointed elbows on all of the Elite figures by WWE. He does have wrist articulation. There's a joint in the wrist and a swivel. There's the hand that it comes with. No additional hands, but here is the waist movement. He's got that upper torso joint, and then he has the lower, let's see if I can, lower torso joint. There's the side bend. There's the, as far forward as I can crouch the upper torso. There's the Splitsville right there. Van Damage. And then here is the upper thigh joint. He does have double jointed knees. He does have a boot cut. And he does have, there's his ankle articulation and ankle pivot. So there's the articulation on Cody. Let me take a look at the paint apps real quick. As far as the face sculpt goes, first of all, as far as the paint goes overall, I think the paint on the tights looks really good. I love the detail on like the shin pads and the knee pads. Let's see if you can pick up any of that. There's a lot of detail on paint right there in the knee pads and whatnot. And then this right here. But his skin tone is a little light. He looks a little too pale. And I don't think Cody is that pale. If I can recall, he's a bit more tan. I think he is a tanner. But there is how he looks. He does have the blonde hair. But decent, very good articulation. Not decent, very good. Here's the back bend, by the way. I didn't show you that. But I like the figure a lot. Now let me do this. Here's the Matt Riddle box. I unboxed him earlier today. I'm going to do this to put them on the same height, the same plane, so you can see the difference. All right, so get them next to each other. There's Cody The Jazz wears AEW Unrivaled Cody next to a WWE Elite Matt Hardy right there. So very, very good size comparison right there. I think they scale perfectly with WWE Elite. So there's Cody. Here he is next to Adam Cole, baby. Right there. And here he is next to Matt Riddle. So overall, first impressions of the Cody, he does come with this sledgehammer as well, which he used. I forgot which pay-per-view that was, but he destroyed the throne, the Triple H throne, basically. He looks good. I think the face sculpt looks good. Let's see if he can get a better... Let's see if I can do this. Is that going to focus it? Not really that much more focus, but I want to show you the face sculpt. I think it looks good. But this here's one of the things that I don't really like. Here's what I was talking about, how the upper torso is kind of loose. Right now, if I just do this, I mean, it's kind of loose on the upper torso. But if you just bend him down a little, it doesn't do that as much. It's just with that joint in there. If it's at a certain, I guess, angle and the plastic, there's no friction in the plastic, it's loose. It's more loose. But if it's more, if you like, just bend him down a little bit or bend him back. Yeah. So if you bend him back, it's not as much looseness. No neck tattoo. So Chris Cause, no neck tattoo. They probably did the digital scans and whatnot and started creating these figures way before he got the neck tattoo. So he'll have to be in like a second version of Cody. I'm sure we're going to get multiple versions of Cody, and that one will have the neck tattoo. So this one is already inaccurate as far as his current look. But it's still a decent looking figure. I do like it. I want to open up the rest of these figures, though, before I determine how I like it as far as comparisons with the rest of the wave. But let me just do this. I'm going to put the sledgehammer in his hand, and there you go. There's the full look, and this is everything that he comes with right here. So there's Cody. I'll do the comparison with the Matt Hardy, Matt Riddle, and Adam Cole with all the figures. Next up is Kenny Omega, the cleaner, right there. Kenny Omega. So I guess there's no easy way to open this because you just have to destroy the packaging. Night of Rent says Cody is a bit plain, in my opinion. A little bit. I wish that he had come with like a shirt or something. I feel like he's a little... When you look at like the Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, and like their ring attire, I really wish that they had done a little bit more with Cody. From a shirt or something. Even the Omega, which you're about to see, which I have to detach from the back card here. I think Jericho is my favorite, Night of Rent says. Tom Bowling says Jazzwares. It rolls off the tongue. You're going to take it back like the Marvel Legends Sunspot. The Cody? No. I'm keeping the Cody. These are all going in my, I have a Detolf shelf already set aside for them. I've just been waiting for these to hit. I'm just going to rip this sucker out because it's glued in. It's glued to this back card right here. So it's going to be messy about it. Damn. Just hulked out on it. There's no easy way. I just got a freaking cardboard cut too. There's no easy way to get it out. I want to keep these boxes intact, but honestly, since they're glued, I mean, you could see how they're glued to the card right there. Since they're glued to the card, there's nothing I can do about it. So I know mint on card people are like, what are you doing, dude? You just freaking destroyed that. By the way, if you keep seeing this, this is poison ivy. We did a little bit of gardening in the back, and I got freaking poison ivy on my arm. Anyway, I didn't think I was allergic to poison ivy. I've never had a reaction to poison ivy until now. And apparently I am allergic to it. Does your shelf fit an authentic scale ring? Unfortunately not. No, it's a Detolf shelf, so I don't think a full ring would fit on a Detolf shelf. Is that an LA Kings hat? It is. I'm wearing my LA Kings hat. The reason I chose this hat is because it's black and white to match my Young Bucks shirt. I wore this shirt especially for this live stream, this unboxing. Let's see here. So Kenny is out of the package. So let me toss that. And for this one, I'm going to show you how he looks with the ring attire on, and then I'm going to take the ring attire off and then show you how he looks with it off. But I have to fasten there's like a little tab on the front of the ring attire, which is kind of hard to tab in. And more of this frickin', so here's how it comes. See this plastic here? It's just hanging out. Is that under his wrist thing? What is that? Just letting you guys know what to expect when you get these things in hand. It's just some different packaging, honestly. Very, very different. I've never seen, maybe it would help if all right, so took the hand off, pops right out, wrist gauntlet off, plastic off. That's the easy way to do it instead of trying to yank it out. But let me go ahead and do this. Let me get his shoulder in the right direction. I'll tell you what I do love. I love the sound of ratcheted. Did I get that on the right way? Ratcheted shoulders. All right, so I got the wrist gauntlet back on. Going to do the gun hand right here. So see this tab right here? And then there's the little peg. This is not staying in. I'm trying to tab it in, but it's having difficulty staying pegged in. I don't know if heat would help, but just letting you know. All right, so here is how Kenny Omega looks out of package. As you can see there, he's got the gun hand. He also has a regular hand right there, if you can see that. And then he also has, if you want to do double gun hand, his other hand, he comes with a left hand that's gun hand as well. So you could pop this one out and then pop in the gun hand. Let's do that just to show you how it looks. That was a popping sound. All right. You cannot articulate this arm because this ring attire is a hard plastic. It's not hard plastic, but it's not, you can't bend it. So you know what I'm saying. It's like a harder, soft plastic, if that makes any sense. But there you go. There's how Ken looks. I love the paint. I love the paint on the shin guards, the kick pads there. Same thing that I love the little detailed paint on Cody's knee pad. And then this right here. By the way, if you didn't see, he's got a CR on his boots there. And then there's the design on the back of the belt. You can see that. He does have the chest tattoo, by the way. But here is how Kenny Omega looks. He can't articulate this arm because this arm's not covered by this ring attire. So, again, here's the ratcheted shoulder. You can hear that. And then it has bicep cut, double jointed elbows, and then wrist articulation as well. But just to show you the jacket, the ring attire, I'm going to show you that. It's got the red detail right there, which looks good. It's got the feathers there. I know it's not showing very well in this camera, but it's got like the feathers there. There is sculpting there. And then he's got like the detail there with the silver paint and the star. But here is how Kenny looks with the ring attire. I'm going to take the ring attire off now. I'm going to take the hands off just so it's easier to get it on and off. And let me check the commentary. Are you planning on getting the ringside exclusive Chris Jericho bubbly figure? I have it and it's nice. RC, yes, I'm planning on getting it. For some reason, I didn't pre-order it. And now it looks like ringside, the earliest you can get is like, I think late September, maybe early October now. But yeah, I am planning on getting it. It does look great. And I love all the accessories it comes with as well. So this was very easy to get off. I took the hands off just so it was easier to get off, but it was quite easy to get off once I took the hands off. And let's see here. So I can show you the detail in the actual tights and stuff now that the coat's not obstructing it. Let me get his hands in. I'm going to show you the regular hands first. I took the wrist gauntlet off too. All right, so now this one right here, this one is not as loose in the upper torso as the Cody was. This one is a tighter joint in the upper torso, so it looks like it's not across all figures, but there's the head sculpt. Here's the down movement. Not as much up movement because of his hair, so you can't like look straight up, so you probably have to bend his back if you wanted to look up. But he does have the same articulation as the Cody, upper torso articulation, waist articulation, splits, thigh cut, double jointed knees. Is this one? Yes, this is double jointed. The lower joint was kind of frozen a little bit. Boot cut, ankle articulation, and then ankle pivot. Do you like AEW more than WWE? I enjoy them for different reasons. I do love AEW. I'll tell you that I usually on Wednesday nights watch AEW live and record NXT. But last week, for some reason, I watched NXT live and recorded AEW. But I love the rosters on both brands. I love NXT, SmackDown, Raw. There's not really one that I like more than the other. I really enjoy wrestling all together, and I enjoy both rosters. But I will say AEW, for some reason, because it's something that's new, I enjoy watching live because I don't really know what's going to happen next. WWE, sometimes WWE, as someone that's watched WWE for a long, long time, you can kind of predict sometimes where they're going with different storylines and whatnot. But AEW is just so new that, I don't know, it's like fresh, new and fresh, and you kind of want to watch, or at least I want to watch it live. I will say this, let me just show you this one up close. I will say this, I wish they had butterfly joints in the shoulders. I think that would add a lot to the figure. I do like the articulation a lot with these figures, but if Jazzwares happens to stumble across this video and they're looking for any kind of constructive criticism on the figures, I just noticed a little issue with my Omega figure. That's weird. I don't know if you could see this, but see that? Little QC issue there. The plastic looks like it's folded in. That is strange. I'm going to try and heat that up. And I think if I heat it up, it'll free up the plastic and then I can get it right. But it looks like that the actual joint folded the plastic on Kenny's outside thigh, and it's very weird. And I can tell you right now, if I add some heat to this, it'll fix it because I'm just squeezing it and it's kind of correcting itself. But as I was saying, if Jazzwares is looking for any kind of constructive criticism on these figures, first of all, I love these figures. I think the skin tones are slightly off. I think they're a little too light. And then I wish they had butterfly joints. I think that would be a very, very cool addition to these figures, and the articulation is to add butterfly joints. Otherwise, I think the articulation is freaking awesome. I think it's great. It definitely has better articulation than WWE Elite figures. This articulation is similar to the Ultimate line, I would say. But there you go. There's Kenny. I wish I could show you the detail, but I'm working with a 1080p webcam here, and it's probably broadcasting like 720 right now, so you're not even seeing all the detail in this figure. But there you go. And again, this one did have a QC issue. Let's see if I could just rotate it and if it'll free up that plastic. No, that thing is folded in. That is weird. Again, there is the, if you could see it, the QC issue right there. The plastic literally is like folded in. Very freaking weird. It doesn't detract from the figure though, other than the fact that I know it's there. You can't see it from the front. But there's the Kenny Omega. And I'm not sure how I'm going to pose these on the shelf, but I guess check me out on Instagram, and I'll post a picture once I got these all on the shelf of how I end up posing these things. But it looks like I was able to peg that in when it's not on him. This little peg right here was hard to peg in, but there's the ring attire. All right, so there's Kenny and Cody. We got 3 more. We got the Bucks next. Hell yes. I'm going to start with Matt Jackson, who is Christian AF. Christian AF. I think that's how he does it on Being the Elite. But there's Matt. So let me go ahead and open this. We need to pass the hat and get you a new camera. Yeah, this camera's, I mean, it's all right. It's just a Logitech 1080p HD camera. I feel that it doesn't broadcast in HD, though. I feel like I'm in like 720 or 540 right now. But, yeah. Dog is totally passed out down there. Walmart, you find them at. Quad X Figs, if you are local in Dallas, I found them in Lucas. And if you use Pop Finder and throw in, here, I'll pop it in there again in the chat. This is the code I used when I went to Pop Finder, searched within 75 miles and then 25 miles. And then it pulled up that they had 1 to 5 in stock. It doesn't show you an exact number. It says 1 to 5 in stock. And 1 to 5 in stock. And yeah. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, check out Pop Finder. I'm going to have to rip this sucker out. I'm going to rip Matt Jackson out. Sorry, Jazzwares. I want to keep your boxes intact because they look nice. But here's another. There's some more constructive criticism. Don't glue the figure to the actual box itself, because us collectors like to keep these boxes, and these boxes look really nice. So don't glue the actual bubble to the cardboard, please. So that we can keep these boxes. So first thing I noticed is Matt Jackson, it's no longer there, but he had a little bit of schmutz on his head, a little bit of paint. Like I didn't know if it was paint rub, but I just touched it with my finger and it's gone now. So he looks great now. Got the mutton chops. I will say that these, just looking at them in package, I think that the Young Bucks are my favorite figures, just because they're jackets. I got to make sure I take this out the right way because it's, damn. Their jackets are soft goodish, kind of. It's like a plastic pleather kind of material, and more of this internal plastic here. Let me take this internal plastic off. That right there. That's something you see with like Hot Toys figures. When you first unbox a Hot Toys figure, they got the plastic around the joints and stuff, so you don't get the paint rub. But I'm taking a look at the mat right now, and then we'll go with Nick after that. I freaking love this ring gear. Love this ring gear. This is soft goods. This feels like almost like a leather, like a pleather, fake leather. Yes, he showed us the receipt. Do we have someone that doesn't believe me that I found him at Walmart? There you go. AEW Toy 1987. There's the store I found it at, Lucas, Texas. I folded it over at the top, and it shows the date that I found it, 08/04/20 at 11:50, my lunchtime hunt today. So there you go. Not making this up, guys. They're at Walmart. Check Pop Finder. Live at 5, way better than the news. Hell yeah, Narc. Welcome, Narc. How's it going, man? I am unboxing. This is my third AEW Unrivaled figure that I'm unboxing here. But let me go ahead and show you the Matt Jackson. This one right out of the package, my favorite figure so far. But there's Matt. And there's the ring gear at the back. Look at how freaking good that looks. And then he can spread his arms there, and it kind of flares out. And it's got the tassels and stuff. I mean, this is badass. Easily my favorite figure of this wave so far. And then the collar, I don't know if you could see this, but it's like sparkly. Is that picking up? Probably not. This is awesome. And it fastens with Velcro, so a little Velcro fastening right there in the front. I have a couple of WWE figures that I'm going to get the new AEW figure Jericho online, Deborah says. Where else would he get them? JJR. Yeah, these are exclusive, at least retail-wise, at least for now, to Walmart. I think these are going to be available in other stores. I heard something where they're going to start out as Walmart exclusives and then potentially be offered at other stores. But for now, if you buy these at retail, it's going to be at Walmart or Ringside Collectibles or any other online store, but they're currently out at Walmart. And again, one more time, sorry to be repetitive, but I just want to make sure you guys get these freaking figures. Check the chat. I'm posting the UPC code. That is what I use. So copy that, pop it into Pop Finder. Again, POPFINDR, no E at the end. Pop that in, and that's how I found these guys. It showed 1 to 5 in stock at a Walmart that was 10 miles away from my house. I checked it earlier today. There was like 9 Walmarts in my area that were now listing these as in stock. So they are hitting your shelves. Have faith. Keep checking. Use Pop Finder. If you go to the store and they're not out, respectfully and politely ask an employee, is there any way you could pull these out of the back? They might say, no, I can't because it's already on, set for reset, or it's going to be pulled and put out on the floor. But again, hopefully you can find them. The mat had no extra hands. This is all he comes with. So I'm going to take the jacket off and then show you how he looks without the jacket on. But I will easily say that this is my favorite figure in this wave so far. I'm going to take the hands off so I can get the jacket off easier. Narkid, you order Toka and Rizar. I would go nuts for some ECW classic wrestling figures. No luck so far. Going to check first thing in the morning before work. That is a wise decision because a lot of times they do stock overnight. So Danny, yeah, that's a very good decision. Big Dub's here. How's it going, Big Dub? Nice to see you here. I am just undressing Matt Jackson right now. I took his ring attire off. If you're just joining, the Matt Jackson is my favorite figure so far in this unboxing. I did unbox Kenny. He looks good. My drawbacks on this one were his skin tone looked a little too light, I think. I think he should be a little bit darker. And then the Cody, same thing. I think he was a little light on accessories. He just comes with the sledgehammer. I wish he had come with a shirt. But his skin tone, again, looks a little bit light. And overall, I wish that the packaging was not glued into the cardboard because these packages are toasted. I mean, I'm not keeping these boxes now. I was going to keep these boxes because they look really nice. I mean, the boxes have like gold foil and stuff. They look really, really nice and presentable if you're going to keep it on card. Big picture there. And then the back. Big, huge picture on the back. Facsimile signature there. And then it shows the rest of the figures in the wave. They just look so good keeping them on card. But I know most wrestling fans, most of us are out-of-box collectors. So we're going to take these out. And my goal was to take this out and keep the box. But that's not happening because this bubble inside here is glued to the cardboard. So you're ripping it out. But I got Nick, the merch freak, next. And then I got Le Champion is the last one. Let me put his hands back in. They should have made his box bigger to come out with the throne he shattered it all out. That would be very, very cool, RC. I think that would be awesome. That'd be a good idea. But I don't know if there's any kind of issues or ramifications for using a throne since clearly it's talking about Triple H and WWE used that throne. I don't know if that would get them into any hot water. But, all right. Here is Matt. I wish it would focus better on the head. But he does have the long sideburns. He does have the ponytail right there. Ponytail does not get, kind of gets in the way from looking upward, but he can definitely look down. Same articulation as the Cody and the Kenny. Ratcheted shoulders. I love that. That's one of my favorite things about these figures besides the double jointed elbows and double jointed. I love the double jointed elbows. WWE. Take note. Double jointed elbows. See how nice that looks? Incorporate that into Elites. I just noticed the elbow, you can hear kind of ratcheted in the elbow too. That's nice. We all like tight joints. Upper torso, not having the same, well, a little bit. So I'm going to point out everything I love about these figures, and I'm also going to point out some of the things that are kind of maybe issues or stuff that you might have issues with. But again, that upper torso, when you have it at a certain angle, he's straight up and down right now. It's slightly loose. But then you articulate a little bit. I bent him down a little bit. Not as much. Bend him back. Definitely not as much. So I guess it's just how you... And look, if you bend him back on the upper torso and then bend him forward on the waist, I mean, it kind of looks like he's sticking his chest out. You could put his head down. That looks a little bit more normal. He does look like he's sticking his chest out, but again, no movement right there. I'm going to check that on the Cody in just a second, but I want to show you the Matt Jackson here for a sec. So there is how he looks. My lighting with this camera sucks as well. I saw someone in the chat say, is it really pale? I mean, it is pale, the skin tone. I was saying that the skin tone looks a little light. Because these guys all use like self-tanner and stuff, so they're a little bit darker. But I mean, it's not detracting from the appearance. It's just like you look at it and you're like, he looks a little pale, like he needs a little bit of sun. But it doesn't look bad. The face sculpt on Matt looks really good too. That really looks like Matt to me. Articulation-wise, splits, upper thigh rotation, double jointed knees. The articulation's all the same on these. Now, with the flared out bottoms of the pants on Matt and Nick, you don't get as much ankle movement. I will say that right now. Not nearly as much ankle movement. It's really kind of restricted. You could see that is as much ankle movement as you get on the Matt and Nick just because of their pants. Their flared out pants. So Big Dub said Jeremy Padower has said that he knows the skin tone is off in the Omega hair issue. They'll fix them going forward. Interesting. So that's cool that they've recognized some of their issues already. And again, they're not like glaring issues. They're just things that they're kind of like, I wish they had this. I'm really happy with these figures so far. But again, the skin tone looks a little bit off, but it's good to know that they're fixing that. But there's the Matt. Not really much else to show you on the Matt. Nick's going to be very, very similar, obviously, except for the face sculpt. But there's the Matt. Now let me do this. Here's the Cody once more. If you missed the Cody earlier, I am going to bend his back, upper torso back, and then bend his lower waist forward, and then kind of get his head forward. And there you go. There's the issue. So if you get this figure and you have the same issue as me where this upper torso was kind of loose, it is not moving at all right now. And it's all because of the way that I positioned it. So I know it's kind of hard to see because he's got this weight belt on right here. But basically, I bent the upper torso back, bent the lower torso, the waist forward, and then tilted his head forward. And that looks like a natural pose, very natural, and it's not loose at all. So there you go. There's a little solution to that issue. So far, here is Matt, Cody, and Kenny. I am going to do some size comparisons now because I realized that I didn't do them for Kenny or for Matt Jackson. So get them on the same plane here. There's Kenny Omega and Matt Riddle's newest Elite figure right there. So you can kind of see the difference in skin tone here. Look at the skin tone of Riddle and then look at the skin tone of Kenny. That'll give you an idea of how light the skin tone is on the Kenny. So there is Riddle. Here's Hardy. right there. There's the size comparison. And here's the hair on Kenny, by the way. Was the issue with the hair the fact that he doesn't have any blonde in it? Because it is the hair looks like a gray almost. It almost looks gray. So let's see here. And then last but not least, Adam Cole, baby, right there. Kenny Omega, Adam Cole. And I'm going to show you the Nick size comparisons as well. So here's Matt, sorry. Getting my Jacksons, getting my Bucks mixed up. There we go there. I would like to see Adam Cole in AEW. He's friends with the Bucks. His girlfriend wrestles for AEW, Britt Baker. So I would eventually like to see Adam Cole in AEW. There's Riddle. And then one more time for Matt Hardy. So again, these do scale very well with elites. Very, very well. I know that was a big question people had. How do these scale with WWE elites? Because that's probably the majority. If you're a wrestling figure collector, that's probably the majority of what's in your collection. But let me go ahead and get to Nick Jackson now. Oh, yes, he did die. Adam Cole did die. He'll have to go into the, what's it called? The thing of resurrection. What's the thing in the Stadium Stampede match? Reincarnation. The thing of reincarnation. I totally forgot. I'm blanking. The Well of Reincarnation? Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Let's see here. I wonder if the second Kenny Omega variant that comes with the big AEW ring has the same skin tone. The Pool of Reincarnation or Resurrection. The Pool. Thank you very much, Simon. All right, so second to last figure here. This is the merch freak himself, Nick Jackson. Lake of Reincarnation. I thought it was Pool. The AEW ring, Kenny has this blonde highlight. Okay. So if you want the more accurate Kenny Omega, get the authentic ring, which I think is a Ringside Collectibles exclusive. I saw the Orange Cassidy fig, and to me, he looks off. I don't think he looked like thin enough. He looked a little bit too muscular to me. The MJF is the figure that I think I'm most looking forward to. The MJF looks freaking awesome. And he's one of my favorites in AEW. As far as ones that they have not announced yet, hold on. Bam! Sorry if that was loud. But again, I wish I didn't have to do that, but it is glued into the packaging. I'm going to take a drink here. Yes, MJF's his State of the Union address was freaking phenomenal. He is awesome on the mic. He's a real talent. I hope he's going to go very, very far in AEW. I think he might even have a belt around his waist very, very soon. Here's the Nick, by the way. But yeah, that was awesome. All right, so Nick does not have his hair in a ponytail. His hair's down, so limited articulation on looking up. He can look down. It looks like the same jacket as Matt, obviously. I love the ring attire. Again, this is like a soft material. It feels like a fake leather. And then you got these tassels with the shiny kind of material in there. But I really, really like the Matt and Nick. I would say if you only get two figures from this wave, Matt and Nick are the ones that I would get. But I wanted the whole wave. All right, so same articulation that you saw with the Matt, but there's Nick. I think the facial, the sculpt looks great. Looks just like him. But there is Nick Jackson. going to take the jacket off. MJF reminds me of a classic heel in modern day. He absolutely does. He's gold. He is freaking gold. I hope that we get figures of, I mean, obviously we're going to get a Sammy Guevara. I think we're going to get the entire inner circle, honestly. I would love to see Brian Cage figure. I think that thing would look awesome. Ricky Starks, I'm a big fan of. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy. I love Jurassic Express. I think Luchasaurus is, to borrow a phrase from Cardona and Myers, very toyetic. I think a Luchasaurus would look fantastic. Same with Brian Cage. Brian Cage just looks like a freaking comic book hero, the way he's built. So, I mean, he absolutely needs a figure. Toyetic. Yes, indeed. Jurassic Express 3-pack would be fantastic. 100%. Since I stopped being a wrestling fan when my older cousin did the Razor's Edge on me, but missed the mattress we placed in the living room. True story. That sucks. Hopefully you didn't get too badly injured from that. Darby Allin is going to be in Series 3. Yes, I saw that. He's actually getting, I think, a Chase figure as well, where like the paint, his body paint, it goes like straight down him, almost like Two-Face. I think the regular one is just his face has the paint. I'm having a difficult time getting the jacket off of Nick because the hair is getting in the way when I'm trying to, and his shoulders, maybe if I could do this, his shoulders were like out of place. All right. I'm working on it. I hope we get a Lance Archer. I think we will. Hangman Page. Absolutely. Definitely need a Hangman Page. I mean, there's really no one on the roster that I wouldn't want a figure of. I love the roster right now. Dark Order. Guys, if you're not watching Being the Elite, first of all, if you're an AEW fan and you're not watching Being the Elite on YouTube, do yourself a favor and check it out. Because the Dark Order bits on Being the Elite are freaking hilarious. They are so freaking funny. Brody Lee is just very, very serious. He's doing his Vince McMahon impersonation. He's a bully. He throws papers at Evil Uno. But John Silver is so freaking funny in the Dark Order. They have a couple of like running gags, and they're the best part of Being the Elite. Even I think it was Nick said the most over. Matt's the most over on BTE, second only to the Dark Order. So, yeah, they're fantastic on Being the Elite. Definitely give that a watch if you're an AEW fan. But here's Nick. Here's Nick. Little snarling head sculpt right there. I'm sure if we get a second version, I'm sure we will get a second version. We'll probably get a 2-pack of Matt and Nick. They're going to do different ring attire, and then they'll probably do like a more subdued facial expression for Nick. But Troop Build Dark Order minions. How about a ref, male and female? Gilster says, please, BTE is just as good as it gets. I love BTE. Sammy Guevara has a really good vlog too. And I watch his stuff. And he actually, on his most recent vlog post, Kip Sabian's on YouTube. I had no friggin' clue. Kip Sabian has a YouTube channel. So if you like Kip and Penelope, they're on YouTube. It's a new channel, so he only has like 1,000 subscribers. So it's the Kip Sabian. There you go, Kip Sabian. There's a free shout out for you. I just found out about it today. So shout out to Sammy Guevara for letting us all know that watch his channel, that Kip Sabian has a channel. He does a lot of Twitch streams. He plays like Call of Duty and stuff. But if you're a fan of Sabian, if you're a fan of Penelope, follow them on YouTube. A lot of wrestlers during the quarantine, they started like YouTube channels. Like Aleister Black and Zelina Vega have their own YouTube channel where they like go to like play games, go to comic stores, buy toys. They literally had like a toy hunting episode. So do yourself a favor. Check out some of those wrestlers' YouTube pages. Pretty good stuff. There's Nick. One more time. Sammy's a big Dragon Ball super fan and collector. Yeah, he has he's like a wall of pops in his apartment. So there's Nick. Bandana not removable, by the way, if anyone had any questions about that. Hopefully Darby wins the title on Wednesday. Lil Kennedy says. Gilster says Seth Rollins. Marco Stunt Fig. Yeah, Marco Stunt Figure would be pretty cool. Let's see. All right, so Aleister Black is a big Transformers collector, Justin Shannon says. Aleister Black is a cool dude. He check out the toy hunting episode that he and Zelina did. They went freaking bonkers and bought just a ton of stuff. I know Jericho has a YouTube channel. Yeah, I've watched a couple of his live streams. All right, speaking of Jericho, natural segue. Guys, this is the last figure in the unboxing. This is Jericho. So once again, if you're joining late, these are live at Walmart. I will pop it in there one more time. Here's what I used. This right here. Check the chat. I'm going to put this up one more time. My goal for this thing is to help you guys get these figures. So 19, 17, 26, 37, 68, 80, which is quite a talent considering I was reading that backwards since my freaking screen is mirrored. But pop that into Pop Finder. Again, POPFINDR, no E at the end. Pop Finder. Do like a 25-mile radius search. I did one earlier today. I had 2 stores that had them. I did one later today after I found these to help out a fellow collector. 9 stores within a 25-mile radius. So they are stocking the shelves. It's happening during these resets. If you collect other figures besides wrestling figures, don't be surprised to find Motu Origins. Don't be surprised to find the Deadpool wave, the Spider-Man retro wave, all kinds of new stuff. Frickin' Triptychon. Just a ton of stuff going out on shelves right now. But anyway, guys, here's Jericho. I have a feeling I'm going to like this figure. Although his ring attire, if you see it, appears to be a harder soft plastic. His, though, soft goods. So I wish that his jacket was soft goods, because I will tell you right now, my 2 favorite figures, now I haven't unboxed this one yet, but my 2 favorite figures so far in this unboxing are Matt and Nick, the Bucks, because of the ring attire. This ring attire is freaking amazing. Awesome. Jazzwares, if you're watching this, or AEW, or anyone with any kind of pull or connections in AEW, soft goods on the ring attire for all future figures, please. Because, I mean, the hard, soft plastic looks good, but this could have been so much better if it was like this pleather-like material. I don't know if the pleather-like material is more expensive, and that's why you went with a harder, soft plastic, but I'm just saying what I would have enjoyed more. All right, so let me open up this final figure. Wonder if Jon Moxley will come with the AEW belt. I would assume so, because Jericho doesn't come with it. The bubbly one comes with it, right? The Ringside Collectibles bubbly, bit of the bubbly exclusive, Jericho, does come with the belt. So I'm assuming, I think the preview picture of Moxley showed him with no shirt. So I don't know if he'll come with ring attire. And if he doesn't come with ring attire, I would assume he's coming with the belt then. Yes, he does, Justin says. Jericho versus Kevin Smith Schmodown, if anybody is into movie trivia, Gilster says. Here we go. I don't like doing this, but I got to do it. Breaks my heart. Honestly, breaks my heart to do that, because these boxes are freaking gorgeous. But one more time for good luck. I wish that these bubbles, this dude is just chilling down here. My dog's in here, and he's just sleeping. Very cute. The bubbles were glued into the cardboard. So Jericho comes with a hat. He comes with extra hands, gloved hands. I'll show you those in a second. But let me pop him out. All right. I like the boots. Sorry, I'm just checking out the figure before I start giving my feedback on it. All right, so his hair. All right, hair's down. All right, let's take a look at this one. So here's Jericho. Looking badass. He's got long hair in the back. Almost looks like Triple Hair's hair from the Attitude Era in the back. But anyway, there's Jericho's long hair. Obviously, that's going to restrict his head movement. He can't look up at all. He can barely look down, so not much head movement. He does have swivel. I need a drink because my throat's getting dry. Spanish Symbiote. Yes, I do watch AEW Dark. I actually, that's my Tuesday night cardio material that I watch when I'm on the treadmill and I'm doing cardio is I watch AEW Dark. RIP boxes, JJMR322 says. Hell yeah, RIP boxes. It's just a pile of shreds down there right now. Maybe could use a thin razor to cut the plastic off the boxes. It's tough because the way that it's packaged in there, it's really in there. So it's kind of difficult to get out. So yeah, I would say that, I don't know, if you want one on card, buy 2 sets of them. Anyway, back to Jericho. So I love the boots. I think the boot sculpt looks great. And he does have, there's boot cut, right? Yep. Boot cut there, but the sculpt of the boot. So if you can see the boot, you see how it comes up in the back? It's not a straight line across. It comes up in the back. And because of that molding right there, it restricts the swivel of the boot. See that? That's as far as I can swivel the boot. All the other ones, I was able to swivel the boot entirely around because the way it was cut. But his boot being high cut in the back, like there's the high part of the boot right there. It restricts it. But ankle articulation is nice. And ankle pivot's nice. He does have double jointed knees. There we go. He has large knee pads, as you can see there, right there. So it's kind of restricting the bend in the leg. Splitsville, there's Jericho doing the splits right there. He does have thigh rotation. You cannot articulate the arms with this jacket on because, again, it looks fantastic. It's a nice looking jacket, great paint, great sculpt, but it restricts the crap out of the arms. You cannot bend the arms at all. But I'm going to show you the jacket. There's the jacket. His scarf, soft goods, as you can see there. But let me see if it's easy to take this jacket off. This jacket looks like it might be tough to take off. Oh, let me do this first. I'm going to put his hat on. Give you the full look. So there's Jericho with the hat on. That looks great. There's the face sculpt if you could see it. Not getting much focus, guys. Wish I was, but there's the Jericho. And then he does come with gloved hands as well. So gloved hand 1, gloved hand 2. If we get a Shawn Spears figure and he does not come with a gloved hand, now you know which figure to borrow a gloved hand from because he wears the one glove now, Shawn Spears. But let me try and take this jacket off. Let me do this first. Well, since I'm going to take these hands off anyway, I'm going to take these hands off and put the gloved hands on just to show you the full look. I lost the damn hat. Good night, chat, and Cincy Nerd, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for being here, Simon. I appreciate it. So it has that plastic stuff in there again. So there's how the gloved hand looks with the jacket on. They made Jericho's shins massive. All right, so yeah, his calves are actually massive. If you could see, look at how big his calves are. See that? The man's got giant calves right there. This plastic is weird. So I took the hand off, and you could see in the hand peg thing, there's plastic in there. See if I can get that out, because it's kind of blocking the peg hole. It is in there. See? Freaking weird. But now, unobstructed peg hole. Popping that back in. And let me get his hat back on. And then we have the full Jericho look with the gloves and the hat. Le Champion. Badass right there. Love it. But let me get this jacket off. Take the hands off again. Let's see here. Jericho is great at commentating. He really is. He adds so much to commentating. I love when he's commentating. He's hilarious. I love how he calls Tony Schiavone Schiavone. That always makes me giggle. But there's the tattoos. Sweet. Take this. So I took the jacket off, and as you can see it in there? Hold on. That was in there. So I guess this is just to protect that actual like skin of the arm from rubbing up against the jacket. I don't know if they were trying to avoid paint rub, but that's interesting that they have that in there. So here's Jericho without hands and without the jacket. Let me take the scarf off too. And I'm going to put his hands on, and we'll take a look at this figure. He's got a freaking tattoo on his hand. I just noticed that. Did not notice that before. Would you trade someone the sail barge for a new camera? No. I will eventually get a new camera, guys. I apologize for the crappy quality of these streams, but I will eventually get a new camera. And a new camera for actual videos. But I did start... his hand's loose. I did start recording in 60 frames per second, so hopefully that increases the quality of the actual like toy hunt videos. So we're going to take a look at the tattoos on this arm as soon as I drink. All right. Not 100% confirmed. Only saw one person say it. Brad Pitt says. Someone said the paint was staining. Schiavone, like back in the WCW days. Yes. The jackets for Kenny and Jericho were staining. Shit. Really? Hopefully they don't, because I'm going to put the jackets back on. Hopefully they don't stain the figure. Protects from paint rub. Definitely worth it if you ever seen what happened in the Elite Series 77 Rick Rude when they packed him in with the robe, paint marks all over the figure. That's kind of like what happened with the, if you're a Hot Toys collector, the Suicide Squad Joker, the purple coat Joker. His coat was staining his arms purple. Just found a QC issue here with the Jericho. And that QC issue is loose ankle. So I will point out these little QC issues. Again, your mileage may vary. You might not get these same QC issues that I'm getting. You may not. But I just feel like as part of a review, I'm pointing out stuff that I'm experiencing so that you can be aware of it just in case you experience it as well. So that's why I pointed out the upper torso on the Cody. And that's why I'm pointing out this loose ankle on Jericho. See that? Loose ankle. Let me see if I can articulate it a little bit and get rid of that issue. It's still loose. That sucks. Still loose. So I did try and bend it up and down, try and get it at a certain angle. It's still loose, guys. So that sucks. Hopefully he doesn't have issues standing up. But wanted to make you aware of it. The loose ankle, if you're a Motu Classics collector, I know I use a lot of like comparisons and stuff. If you're a Motu Classics collector, the early Motu Classic, He-Man and those figures, the way the ankle used to feel, that's how this feels right now. And it's just this side. Nope, this one's starting to be a little loose too. This one's not as loose. This one's quite loose. How do you feel so far? Prefer Elites or the Unrivaled? Let me think about that. So let me just show you the Jericho. I know my quality of camera will not show a lot of these tattoos off, but they do look good. They're accurate. I know Jericho has that tattoo. He's had it for a while. But there's his arm. And there's how it looks. He's got that hand tattoo as well. And there's the other side of the arm, bottom of the arm, top of the arm, and this side. Does he not have any oh, he has that one tattoo. So he only has this little one on his forearm on his left arm. And that's it. No other tattoos on Jericho. He only has them on his arm. But there you go. There's Jericho. Same articulation as the other figures, except for the boot cut there. I love the ratchet joint in the shoulders. He has a wider torso just because of his frame. And this wider torso, not loose. The Cody, the lower torso was thin, so maybe that's why it was more loose. But his torso, there's a comparison. Let me move the sledgehammer so you could see this comparison of torsos. Wider torso, thinner torso there. This one was loose. This one's not loose. So there you go. And I don't know if I already showed you this, but splits, upper leg cut, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, same articulation. And again, Jericho, I believe, is more tan than this. So there's, again, lighter skin tone, could probably benefit from being darker. I'm going to do some comparisons here. So Jericho and Adam Cole, baby. Jericho and Matt Hardy. Good size comparison there. And then Jericho and Matt Riddle, the bro. So there you go, guys. There are the 5 figures that I got out of 6 in the AEW Unrivaled Wave 1 from Jazzwares. Got them from Walmart. They are hitting stores now. It seems that they have hit stores here in Texas first, I guess. But I would expect them to be in your Walmarts any day now, any hour now. Again, use Pop Finder. Use that right there, that UPC. Sean Moore says, so upset every Target I go to that I've been to asking for the Joes. I'm told the street date and that they can't, but you're back and they're sold out. Yeah, I've heard that happening, where they said, sorry, I can't. We're not selling these till the 14th. You come back and they're sold out before the 14th, obviously. So a lot of miscommunication with that Joe line, and it's sad because I have very high hopes for that line, and I don't want people to lose faith in that line. When people can't get something that they're supposed to be able to get, people lose faith in things, and then they stop collecting them. So hopefully Hasbro has learned a lesson there. But there's Jericho with the hat on and the jacket off. All right, so if I'm going to rank these figures, favorite to least favorite, 1 to 5. Now, first of all, one more time, I did not get Brandy because they didn't have Brandy. That was the only figure that they did not have on the pegs at this Walmart. Where's the Robot Chicken when we have all this cool stuff? It looks like the Kenny Omega has the lightest skin out of the wave. Let me look at that. All right, so I'm just comparing skin tones now. I mean, that's about the same skin tone right there. I think Jericho's slightly darker. Let's compare. Okay, Cody's still lighter in skin tone. And here's Kenny. Kenny's definitely the lightest. You are 100% right. Kenny is the lightest in skin tone. I'm going to compare torsos here too while I'm at it. Kenny's upper torso is a different mold. You could see his pecs are like more like sculpted and like kind of more ripped than Cody's. Is that a different lower torso too? It looks like the lower torsos are different too. Kenny's lower torso looks wider than Cody's lower torso. But overall, I love this first wave. I'm really looking forward to wave 2 and beyond. I would say my favorite figure is a tie between the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. And I'm looking at like overall total package. These guys with their ring attire, their soft goods ring attire, these are my favorites. So they're tied 1-1 right there, Matt and Nick. My second favorite figure, again, this might change. This is just very, very first impressions. Second favorite figure, I would say, is Jericho. I really like the Jericho figure. The fact that he has the tattoos, the face sculpt is really good. He does have those loose ankles on mine, but the ring attire looks good. The jacket, the soft goods scarf, the hat, the gloves, total presentation, Jericho is my second favorite. And then as far as after that, that's a tough one. I would say that's tough. I would say Kenny. Kenny's my next favorite because he comes with the ring attire right there. Very cool ring attire. He is very, very light in skin tone there. And then obviously his hair's different. But he did have that hair when he was the cleaner. He had the dark hair for a while there without the blonde. And then my least favorite figure, and I still like this figure. My least favorite figure, though, is Cody. So sorry, Cody, for watching this. I know you collect figures, so if you're watching this, still love you, man. Still love you, but your figure's my least favorite one in this wave. But there you go, guys. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share, since this is wrestling related, I'm going to share. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm going to share some other pickups that I got that are all wrestling related. They're WWE Elite pickups. So if you collect AEW Unrivaled figures, you might collect WWE Elite figures as well. But I picked up 3 of these from WWE Shop. They had a big sale there. $15 for 3 of these. And then this one I got from Amazon, I think. But this Rollins here, I picked this one up. This is a Top Picks Rollins. I love this one because of his face. Look at his face and how serious and kind of zoned out he looks. This is, I'm going to use this as my modern Rollins. The Messiah, the Monday Night Messiah, kind of the heel Rollins. That's going to be my Rollins there. But just because of the face sculpt, I think that's such a great face sculpt right there. Just kind of, it's like a dead stare. So I got that one, and then I like his ring attire there too. But there's the other figures in the Top Picks line. They did a Strowman, Ricochet, another Roman, and then Rollins. So I got that one. That was on Amazon, I think for like $20. And then these 3 again, WWE Shop. I don't know if they're still on sale, but $15 a pop. Daniel Bryan. There you go. Happy Daniel Bryan. Face Daniel Bryan. Yes, movement Daniel Bryan. Very, very cool. I like the colors on this one. The blue and the green. Seattle Seahawks colors. And then the gray shirt. It just pops from the shelf. Because so many WWE Elite figures just wear like black shirts, black ring attire. And I really like when there's a lot of color that pops on the shelf. So got that Daniel Bryan. The next Daniel Bryan that's coming out that's Elite is, again, he's got like black tights, black ring attire, no shirt, but he comes with 2 different head sculpts. He's got the short hair and then the long hair. So, and then these next 2. We're on WWEshop.com. I don't have any figures of these guys. They're wildly entertaining. They're on NXT now. Breezango. So I got Fandango. Good old Dango right there. And Breezy. Tyler Breeze. And Fashion Police attire. They come with the soft goods shirt. Tyler Breeze comes with the selfie stick, sunglasses, freaking cop hat. And he's got the things on his those things. What are those called? He's got those. And then there's Dango. Super ripped Dango. Look at how ripped that Dango torso is. But he's got the sunglasses, hat, and soft goods shirt. I like these guys. I think they're entertaining. They're probably never going to win a title. I wish they would win a NXT title, tag title, because I think they've put in a lot of hard work, and that'd be cool if they beat Imperium and won the tag belts. But I got those. So there's some more wrestling figures. I'm going to be taking those out, putting them on a shelf right above or below these AEW figures. One more time for anyone that just joined. Kenny Omega. There's Cody. There's Jericho. Good luck finding these guys. I hope you find them. Nick Jackson. Matt Jackson. Did I get them reversed? Sometimes I get Matt and Nick reversed. But let's go ahead, and that's all I had to unbox. So thank you all for being here. I've been on for an hour and a half. Nothing but wrestling figures. So this was kind of new. I don't think I've done an entire episode of wrestling figures. So there's definitely an audience for these. There's definitely a lot of people that like wrestling figures. I hope that you find these figures. I'm going to pop it in there one more frickin' time for good luck. That's the UPC code that I used on Pop Finder to locate these. Here it is one more time if you're watching the replay and you don't want to look at the chat. But more and more Walmarts are showing these in stock, so I hope you guys find these things. They are worth it. I like them a lot. It helps that I'm a huge AEW fan. I would say if you're just a casual wrestling fan, you might not like these as much, but I think that they're up there. I think that they're up there with WWE Elite. I think that WWE Elite, as far as like face scans, I think Elite face scans are slightly better. If you look at like the Matt Hardy and the Matt Riddle there, those face scans are great. The skin tones are more accurate on Elites. I think the articulation is better on AEW Unrivaled. I love the ratcheted shoulders. I love the fact that it has double jointed elbows on every figure. I love the double waist articulation. So if you look at like these all have ring attire on, but if you look at a waist if you don't have any WWE Elites, there's the waist articulation on a WWE Elite. Just has an ab crunch. It's just straight up and down, and then it has a rotation there. That's the extent of articulation you get on a waist of a WWE Elite. But you get one of these AEW Unrivaled, you get, look at that. That's the upper torso articulation, and then here's the lower. You get so a lot better articulation on these Unrivaled figures. Again, excellent shoulder ratchets, excellent double jointed elbows. Look at that. Double jointed knees. They did a fantastic job. Kudos to Jazzwares. You got a couple things to potentially fix with future waves. I think that they've already addressed some of those with the skin tone, with some of the inaccuracies like Kenny's hair. But one more time, Jazzwares, if you're listening, Jeremy Padower, if you're listening, don't glue the bubble into the cardboard backing, please, because a lot of us collectors like to keep these boxes. So, and then I did have a couple like minor QC issues, like Jericho's ankles being loose, and then Omega's, if you see that, his upper thigh is like the plastic is warped. It's like pinched in there or something. Very odd. I'm going to try and take a hairdryer to that, fix that myself. But it's on the back, so it's not a huge eyesore. But that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you get these figures. Hopefully you find them. Good luck out there. That's it for now. I have some other stuff that I'm going to be sharing. I just got a Big Bad Toy Store box right before I started recording this. I have a stack of Transformers figures. Siege. There's a Studio Series in there. 6 Hot Toys behind me right now. 6 Hot Toys, a couple Mezcos, and a third-party 6th scale figure. So a lot of stuff coming your way. I do have another hunt video coming your way. If you didn't watch the video that went up earlier this morning, check out that video. It's episode 361. It is a hunt video. But that is it for now, guys. Watch AEW Dark tonight on YouTube. Watch AEW tomorrow night. Dynamite tomorrow night. NXT tomorrow night. Good time to be a wrestling fan, guys. So that's it for now. Good luck finding these figures. They're hitting Walmart's. Use Pop Finder. Adios for now, and have fun collecting.